All right, guys. I think this is super duper interesting. Kevin O'Leary is speaking. I want to say in front of Congress. I actually don't know where he's what he's speaking in front of right now, but they're having an interesting conversation in regards to China and trade, imports, outports, and just kind of how this whole thing is screwing the U.S. over. And I thought this was interesting. Let's check it out.
The whole idea of today's conversation was just to get to a reciprocal playing field, a even playing field.
Let me go back. Kevin O'Leary, two watches. I like it. I like this guy a lot. I like Kevin O'Leary. Shout out Kevin O'Leary.
Reciprocal playing field, a even playing field.
So, Mr. O'Leary, what if there was a company called WeatherTech? And they produce really nice mats for their car.
I have them in my F-150.
And
He be stunting.
and they woke up one day and they looked on Alibaba and they saw that their products were being sold on Alibaba. And they looked at their shipping, and they never had done any business with Alibaba. And they looked just like the mats that they produced in Illinois, and they even had their name on it, right? What could they do to stop this theft of their product? And they got nothing for it. What would be their recourse right now?
There is nothing they can do. You have just told the story of 1 million small businesses in America over the last 20 years. They innovate, they create, they're entrepreneurs, they prove their product in the American consumer market at around 5 million in sales. They're knocked off. By whom? China. Very often, the same plants that ran the molds under a relationship they had with the company. A lot of companies went to China 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and put their molds there. And during the day, the company would run the WeatherTech mat, in this example, here theoretically. And then at night, they'd run the knockoff mat. And they would bring it into the market, let me guess, 30% off retail of WeatherTech. And I've seen this happen countless times. And in some cases, where the company's very small, they go out of business. And nobody hears that tree falling in the forest. It happens thousands of times. There's such an immense opportunity here to just enforce existing law.
This is really interesting. Listen, as somebody who has started multiple, or at least tried to start multiple clothing brands, the one place that you go, or they always say, is like, yo, you got to go to China. Yo, you got to go to China. Yo, you got to go to China. Because that's where we get all of our stuff made, obviously. So this is actually crazy. I never really thought about this part of it. But when you think about it, or even think about TikTok, right? I was just talking to one of my boys, True, and he sent me a picture of the chrome heart glasses, the see-through ones. And there was a video of DDG, and he was talking to the girl. She's like, "Yeah, I got them on TikTok shop for like $2 or $10 or something like that." And when you think about that and what that does to the US businesses, of course, like he said, who put all of this work, all the innovation, just being as great as we are, they have all of the back end stuff to then just rip us off super easily. And let's be honest, how many of us buy the knockoffs? Let's be real. How many of us buy the knockoffs? It's so bad that I see ads on Instagram of like fake rollies and shit like that. Like, that's how bad it is when you really start to think about what it is that they're doing to Americans. That's not good.
But really, at the end of the day, the reason that behemoth company couldn't do anything about it, they have no access to the Chinese courts. They can't resolve the complaint through litigation, as we do here. So my recommendation is, look, if you're a Chinese company and you want to use our courts to litigate your complaint, sorry, not until you open yours. We'd love to work with you, but unless it's a reciprocal play, the whole idea of today's conversation was just to get to a reciprocal playing field, a even playing field. American companies have always been very competitive anywhere on earth when given a chance on a transparent and competitive playing field. That's not the case in China. I mean, we're all saying the same thing here. It's got to get fixed. And finally, here we are with tariffs being the excuse. But now I think she has to come to the table, and I hope it happens. And I'd like to see tomorrow morning 400% tariffs. The whole
Jeez, 400% tariffs. Listen, I'm gonna say this, right? And I'm gonna speak for myself and what I would like to see. You know, obviously, I'm a black man. I speak for. I'm gonna go on a limb and say I speak for our people. You know what I mean? And what I would want to see from our people. We have a lot of pride given our history, and we're afraid to be American. We're afraid to be American. I'm recording. We're afraid to be American. Now, we need to get a sense of pride. We have to get a sense of pride, guys. We don't we just don't have any American pride. And the reason I'm bringing that up in regards to this conversation, follow me, is because we need to open our eyes and we need to get on the American side of things. We can't even see tariffs in a good way or in a good light because we're so anti-Trump or anti-America. And I want us to put America first. We live here. It's a great country. And all the opportunities that we're able to get are from America. And so I just want us to dive deep into that thought process. Now, on the other side of things, I am new to this, but I'm starting to look at China a different way, bro. Like, I'm starting to understand, like, yo, China is our enemy more than it is our friend. That's all of the media that I'm starting to see. It's kind of all of the propaganda that I'm starting to see. All the content that I'm consuming is opening my eyes to that. I'd love to see what you guys have to say about that. I'd like to get y'all perspectives. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna be doing a lot more of these reactions, as well as the daily thoughts, as well as the weekly vlogs. That's just it, man. We're gonna blow up on YouTube, man. We're calling it now, man. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow.